Louisville City on the cusp of back-to-back regular season titles. Indy 11 on pace for back-to-back playoff appearances. And tonight, 100 miles of I-65 becomes the most important stretch of asphalt in American soccer. Blue City and Indy 11 is brought to you by the University of Louisville Health Brown Cancer Center. Alongside Gary Bailey, I'm Dre Cordero. With 4 games left, Indy 11 has just beaten the top team in the West, Tulsa FC, to climb into 8th place, back above the playoff line. Now they face the top team in the East. Blue City, runaway leaders in the race for the Players' Shield, cannot quite clinch tonight because second place Charleston are on a bye. But there is another trophy on the line, the Lipa FC Barrel Trophy for the season series winner. And Louisville have the inside track as they won a little over a month ago.
They did, but it was Indy 11 who got the start there. Mario Williams turning Arturo Ordonez early in the match, and just before halftime, Aidan McFadden allowed inside, but nonetheless 30-yard screamer into the back of the net. Ball in from Niall McCabe, second half, flick on from Kevin Lambert. Blue City were ahead, and then a long throw from Josh Jones, and Sean Tosh fixed that one directly in for a 3-1 victory.
Well, let's take a look at tonight's player profile presented by Commonwealth Credit Union.
Adrian Perez been finding the back of the net recently. This one against Pittsburgh, ball played over the top. Times he's run absolutely perfectly. Head up, waits for the keeper to come, tucks that past him there into the back of the net. And he also scored against Las Vegas directly from a free kick. No one getting a touch. Nice power and pace. Gave his team victory against Las Vegas.
Meanwhile, Aiden Quinn, one of the few players who's been on both sides of this rivalry.
Oh, he scores goals for fun. He has assists. One more assist, mind you, and he reaches 60. Look at this strike. Wonderful, wonderful player. And he sets up others so well. Look at this little 1-2 coming up. Plays it, gets him back. Head up, finds Chiz in the middle. 2-1 against Birmingham. Does something similar for Jack Blake against FC Tulsa. Again, lays it on a platter. Jack Blake says, thank you very much. That was also a 2-1 victory.
It is the Louisville-Indianapolis Proximity Association Football Contest. We're here for it. We're glad you are too. We'll step aside for a quick break. Starting lineups and kickoff on the other side. Stay with us.
All or nothing. That's why your Toyota dealer has more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else. Like the best-selling Toyota Camry or the stylishly advanced new Corolla. Now get 4.75 APR financing on a new 25 Corolla or Camry while supplies last. Or lease a new 26 Corolla for $209 a month or a Camry for just $279 a month with 2 years no-cost maintenance included. Get all you need at your Toyota dealer now. Toyota, let's go places.
When the Thompsons first bought their house, all they saw was their dream home. They didn't yet know that with a home equity line of credit from Commonwealth Credit Union, it would be their keys to epic cannonballs and the chance to see the world. As years went by, it allowed them to empower the next generation and make happily ever after come true. Which begs the question, what could your home be doing for you? Let's find out together. Commonwealth Credit Union. Here, we see you differently.
All right, welcome everybody to Lynn Family Stadium. Great to have you all here.
Mike, the team is going to be so good this year. I swear, it's like the goalkeeper can predict the future.
You mean him? Yeah, I'm super excited. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, what was that again?
See, I told you.
Come on.
This is Lynn Family Stadium's premium club area. You come in here on a game day. It's an all-exclusive experience with food and drink. You get to see the team come out.
Have you heard of Brian Ownby?
Oh, yeah.
His speed on the pitch is...
I'll be out there in a sec. Feeling a little slow today.
They also have this player, Sean Tosh. He has kind of this iconic celebration when he scores.
Like that?
So they also have this forward named Ray Serrano.
We know Candace will be watching, and you can too. Watch Louisville City all season long on WBKI and on WDRB+.
The USL on CBS is presented by Best Western Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel partner of the United Soccer League. Welcome back to Lynn Family Stadium. The boys in purple tonight will be wearing their pink kits in recognition of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Players also wearing armbands emblazoned with the names of people impacted by breast cancer. And take a look here as tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Fifth Third Bank. Danny Cruz just one change from last week's win at Detroit.
In comes Ray Serrano, 6 goals and 4 assists this season. He replaces Evan Davila, who drops to the bench in that 3-4-3 shape. And watch out also for Sam Gleedle getting on the end of crosses from Ada McFadden and Amadou Dia, and Adrian Perez running from midfield into the box.
Meanwhile, Sean McCauley for Indy 11, just one change of his own from that win over Tulsa last week.
Bruno Rondon comes in. Edward Chizza drops to the bench, a 4-3-3 shape. Expect to see the physical power of Romario Williams and Bruno Rondon up front, and the wonderful finishing ability of Jack Blake playing in that number 10 role.
For both sides in a very decent run of form, 5 straight wins for Lou City, trying to make it 6 in a row in a single season for the first time since 2020. Meanwhile, back-to-back victories for Indy 11, and the most impressive, of course, coming against the Western Conference leaders. Now, back-to-back games against the top of their respective conferences. A big 3 points on the line for Indy 11. Well, some say it's the most important sporting and cultural event in human history. The Lipa FC underway from Lynn Family Stadium in Louisville with the Lipa FC Barrel Trophy on the line. And hopefully we will get a look at that magnificent award. Plasticware on the line tonight.
I just love the fan involvement, the way they get behind it. You were telling me about some of the stories, but they've made up behind this rivalry, and I love to see when it all comes together, and I hope there's going to be that passion on the pitch here today.
The Pink Kit's a good look for Lou City. They've won it 3 times in the past, all 3 victories, 100% record, when they hope to keep going tonight. Gets away from Bruno Rendon, the only change in the 11 for Sean McCauley. Here's Dia. Lambert. Patient in possession, Lou City, a team that'll allow you to have the ball. Deadly in transition. They'll turn it over here. It's a throw for Indy 11.
It's a big ask for Sean McCauley there and his Indy 11 side, coming to Lynn Family Stadium up against a team who's only lost once this entire season, and they need 3 points. Indy 11, they are battling for their playoff lives.
Offside flag comes up against Bruno Rendon, who broken free on this near side.
And I think for me that's the big difference, Dre, between these 2 teams. Lou City have wrapped up the sort of title in terms of the East. They're 4 points away from wrapping it up for the USL, and you've got to fancy them to do it with 4 games left. So they're pretty much done their job. All they've got to do is try and keep this pace going into the players. But for Indy 11, they're fighting for their lives. If they lose tonight and Rhode Island win, they drop out of the playoffs. If Tampa Bay also win, Tampa Bay will be just 2 points behind them. So it's a massive 3 points up for grabs here tonight for Indy 11.
Worth noting that ordinarily Lou City would have had the opportunity to clinch tonight, but because of that Jägermeister Cup final featuring Sacramento Republic, Sac Republic's game against Charleston has been postponed, and so a win tonight would put Lou City in position to clinch the Players' Shield for the 2nd season in a row next week at home against Miami. It's Josh Jones time with these spectacular long throws from the rookie center back.
He's had so many assists or partial assists this season from these long throws. 2 in 1 match against Miami, and Indy 11 will know because he had 2 involvements in goals against them when they met.
Long throw to the heart of the area is flicked on, back post, and kisses the crossbar and over. And nearly the opening goal for Lou City.
Sean Tosh once again.
Of course, it had to be him.
It had to be. He scored in the last match, didn't he, at the far post as well. That one, could he not just get that down? Beautiful flick on. And he scored in Detroit, the only goal in that match. And nearly did it again. And it was an early goal in Detroit.
Fresh off becoming the USL's all-time appearance leader after that 1-0 win at Detroit, where he provided a game winner. So being rolled back by Ofemu all the way to Luke Prutter. Some new faces. If you haven't been following Indy 11 all season long, 3 additions to a leaky defense. Oh, look out. This one is leaked through for Bruno Rendon on the break. Edge of the 18, Rendon. Williams has that blocked by Jones. First sight of goal for Indy 11. Commonwealth Credit Union. To learn more about how we could help you meet your financial goals, visit weseeyouDifferently.co. There's Ray Serrano. No look pass, and expecting the overlap from Amadou Dia. Never came, but look out. And the ball did cross the line, and it will be a goal kick for the aforementioned Luke Prutter. So 3 additions in recent weeks for Indy 11. Sean McCauley adding Luke Prutter on loan from Columbus 2. Joey Zielinski on loan from St. Louis. And maybe the star of the trio, Brian Schaefer, the center back, who's got a goal and an assist since joining on loan from Cincinnati 2. Trying to help a defense that has given up the most goals in the Eastern Conference, 45.
Well, they have been leaking goals all season, but Luke Prutter's done well. Three goals only conceded in his 3 games. Hunter Salt now fit from an injury he picked up, so he's on the bench and looking to get back in. They also had Reese Charles Cook playing a few games, and he got injured. He's out for the entire season, so they've had a lot of challenges in terms of personnel, especially in goals, and that's why they have brought in new players. But those players, Sean McCauley was saying, have brought in energy. They're young players, they're vibrant, they've brought in a bit of a lift, and that's probably part of the reason why Indy have 2 wins back-to-back.
Fouls whistled against Dia as he brings down Rendon. The soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of Lou City. Get all of your Lou City tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Clip to the edge of the 18. It's headed away by Jones.
I think we're going to see a lot of long balls coming from Indy 11. When we chatted to Sean McCauley, he said, yes, we did lose 3-1 when we met a month or so ago. He said, but we got a lot of joy out of playing long balls early up front. He said in the end, it was just the set pieces that caught us out. So expect to see a lot of balls thrown into the Louisville City box.
This is Joey Zielinski, the 22-year-old on loan from St. Louis. Playing in Major League Soccer earlier this season, made 7 appearances in MLS. Saw his playing time diminished. A fine churn by Williams. Williams flashes well wide in the end, but did well to create space.
Did well. He's a strong physical specimen up front. As we mentioned in the opening, him alongside Bruno Rendon is going to cause some problems for that central defense. Just wondered if he couldn't have hit it far post. If you bend it in near post, you don't get it right, it just flashes by. Go far post, it could end up being a pass. It can pick up a deflection on the way through. Probably would have wanted that one back, but at least he's showing early on that he's a threat, as he was when these teams met a month or so ago, and he got that nice early goal to put Indy in the lead.
You only have to go back to August 30th at Carroll Stadium. Indy jumped out in front, Williams scoring in the 2nd minute. Could have been 3-0 up in the first 25 minutes of that game with some better finishing. Coulda, woulda. And instead they allowed Lou City to battle back. 3 goals in relatively quick succession from McFadden, Lambert, and Tosh off the bench, as Lou City came away 3-1 winners. Unbeaten in 5 straight in this rivalry. To go back to 2022 for the last Indy 11 win over their Kentuckiana neighbors.
Look at Lou City at home. It's been 22 matches unbeaten since last June. I mean, this is a phenomenal, as you said, 5 straight wins, 9 wins and 1 draw in the last 10. I mean, who is going to beat Lou City is the question. The problem is, having already made it to the playoffs, is their energy going to drop? And Danny Cruz says no. He's very happy with the intensity the team has shown, especially away at Detroit, where he thought that last match was a real physical battle and his team came out winners. But certainly it's psychologically not easy to keep that level up when you know you've already qualified for the playoffs.
One motivating factor, of course, they've not yet clinched the Players' Shield, though they look very much in line to do that possibly next week. The other, keeping that perfect or unbeaten home record. They've not lost a single match on home soil this season. 9 wins, 3 draws at this stadium. That was poked loose from Adrian Perez. Sliding challenge by Jack Blake. And it will stay in the 11 ball. Here's Musa to put it back in play. Lindley. Kyle Adams. Davila. It's catapulted forward. It's intended for Sam Gleedle up top. Too well to win possession. Blue City. Just on the edge of the final third. Little space to operate here. And jumping into the passing lane with Zielinski to intercept. Off to the races, Rendon now near side. He's finding a bit of joy here, working against Kyle Adams, the captain. Rendon! And Adams with a perfectly placed sliding challenge to deny.
A good counter-attack there from Indy 11. Poor pass on the edge of the box by Lou City. And the counter comes, Bruno Rendon with his physical ability, holding the ball up, having a run at Kyle Adams. And as you quite rightly said, Kyle Adams just timing his challenge absolutely perfectly. But once again, get the sense that Bruno Rendon and Romario Williams up front are going to be a handful for this Lou City defense.
Once again, Joey Zielinski for the throw. To the heart of the area. It was Blake denied point blank. Lifted back into the danger zone, that time dealt with by Dia. Another positive start 10 minutes in for Indy 11. Route 1 approach from Lou City. Gleedle. Rolled across for Lambert. Room to roam here for Kevin Lambert. And he left his pass short. Zielinski happy to collect.
It's the second bad pass that they've had Lou City in the last 2 or 3 minutes, giving away possession. All those bodies forward. Now I have to rush all the way back. I'm going to have to cut out that lazy play. I can hear a few loud shouts from the bench. That's probably what they're saying. Come on, guys, let's focus, let's concentrate, let's make those passes quality ones.
We'll keep watching the CBS Sports Golazo Network tonight for the Jägermeister Cup final. From 38 clubs down to 2. Group 1 winners Sacramento Republic take on wildcard Hartford Athletic at 10 p.m. Eastern for their shot at the Jägermeister Cup. All on Golazo following this match.
Okay, those are probably the two most informed sides in the league at the moment. Sac Republic have been on an absolute tear, as have Hartford. Hartford were bottom of the East at one stage. They're now sitting, I think, 5th. Sac Republic, they struggled. They were on the playoff line. They've had a run that's taken them to 2nd in the West, so should be a fantastic match tonight.
Hayden Quinn. That's given away cheaply by Quinn and Indy 11. Challenged by Lindley. Perez trying to sell it, and the referee, Servando Berna, not buying. It's a clever ball to find Rendon once more, near side. His cross short, intended for Williams.
There was a couple of calls from the Indy bench there for a yellow card for diving in that last little incident in the middle of the pitch. Let's have a look at it again to see how much contact there was. And it was a very late going to ground from Adrian Perez.
He was buffering before going to Crime Perez. And second straight start for him, and the 3rd overall since returning from a 2-month absence due to injury. Ball clipped into the danger area. Blake goes down inside the 18.
Well, there were some hands on Blake's back, and that was very, very close to a potential penalty call, I think.
And the 11 once more on the front foot. It's dummied through. Williams won't reach it. It was Schaefer who was running onto it. Sent away by Pruder. Zielinski over the top. Rendon in a foot race with the captain Adams. And here's another look at that contact inside the 18.
It's hard to see, but Adrian Perez there behind Jack Blake. Don't know if there was enough whether Blake felt it and went to ground. And of course, with no VAR, there's no way the referee can give that unless he sees it clearly. But given what's on the line for Indy 11, I wouldn't blame them if they took every opportunity to try and get a result here today. You know, it's a professional game. and you know that the 3 points are massive. You don't want to rely on Rhode Island not winning or Tampa Bay not winning. You've got to do the job yourself.
Not the cleanest touch by Adams. That rolls out. Well, Adams didn't touch it. Well, fans, if Lou City wins, you win. This season, Lou City has partnered with Penn Station to give you a free sub with the purchase of another. The offer is valid the following day after a win. Just head to any participating Louisville area Penn Station location to redeem it. Say Lou City won at checkout or use promo code LouBogle25 online. Quarter of an hour gone. Louisville City 0, Indy 11 0.
Las, yeah, I'm going to say he's been in great form. Last week at Detroit, they took a lot of pressure and he made some crucial saves to help keep another clean sheet.
He's got 8 on the season and the highest save percentage of any goalkeeper in the USL Championship. It's won by Josh Jones. Perez. Strong tackle by Lindley. And once more, it's Rendon on the near side. Rinse and repeat. You know what? Kyle Adams has been up to the task and answers the call once more.
He has. He's been brilliant, Kyle Adams, in blocking Rendon. But having said that, they're finding space. Not many teams find this much space against Lou City out wide, especially at Lynn Family Stadium. And they certainly are working the captain, Kyle Adams, here tonight.
As Zielinski lines up the long throw once more. Ball in near post. Jones rising to meet it. Zielinski once more on the run. Dia cutting off his progress and maybe taking the wind out of the young fullback.
Be so careful with this, because when you don't go for the ball and you go for the player there, hitting a little bit with an elbow, you've got to make sure you don't hit the player. I think he gets away with that one there, Amadou Dia. Just doesn't quite cross that threshold, but you've got to be so careful when you leave the ball and try and block the player.
Played 7 games in MLS earlier this season, had a couple of starts, but saw his minutes dwindle, and St. Louis felt it was a good time to send him on loan where he can get steady playing time. He's arrived and started all 3 games since his arrival. Let's another look at this contact as Brian Schaefer. The softest of pushes from San Glido.
It certainly was. You've got to think that the push has to push the player over. It can't just be a touch. Otherwise it becomes a non-contact game. But as long as the referee, Servando Berna, is consistent throughout, then I think the players will accept that.
It's the first time starting 3 consecutive games for Sam Glido since joining the club last season. A player who can line up essentially anywhere on the pitch. He's played everywhere but center back and goalkeeper throughout his career. Of late, he's been most often found leading the line for Lou City.
Once again, I just wonder if they're going to float this into the box. That whole comment from Sean McCauley about just getting direct balls as high up the pitch as possible. Get them into the mixer, don't mess around, just put Lou City under as much pressure as they did in that opening half at home a month or so ago.
Right foot of Murphy, the left of Aiden Quinn. Ryan Schaefer has become a good target in the box. It's Quinn who delivers, bending in, back post! Who was met by Rendon. Could not direct goal bound. And not the cleanest of clearances as Indy 11 continue to pile on the pressure early on.
Members of the crowd there happy they could push that ball away. It came flying for them and drinks got scattered everywhere.
Sights and sounds of Lynn Family Stadium. It really has set the bar for soccer at this level. Williams. Zielinski. Jeremio back post and plucked out of the air by Las.
Good handling by Las. Such a good goalkeeper, dominant. Once he made up his mind all the way, held on to it. Wanted to throw it very, very quickly, but I think there were so many players back for Lou City. There was no one up front to receive the ball, so he's just taking his time now. And let's see if he goes long or whether he tries to play it short.
Schaefer goes down under contact. And it's given as an Indy free kick.
Kevin Lambert was just looking at the ref saying, "Me, what did I do wrong?" Let's have a look.
Not much.
Not much, no. Hence the bemused look on his face. But it has been a good start by Indy 11. Again, not many teams come to Lynn Family Stadium and dominate the way they have for 20 minutes, but they haven't scored. And you go back to their home match, and you mentioned it, they were dominant in the first half. They got one goal just before halftime. Lou City equalized, and then second half, Lou City put them to the sword. They need to get goals here because they know that at some stage Lou City will start creating problems. And of course, they do also have Philip Goodrum on the bench.
12 goals in this season already for Goodrum. He's playing a super sub role down the final stretch of the campaign. This portion of tonight's match is presented by Toyota and the Kentuckiana Toyota dealers. It's knocked down by Adams. Controlled by Davila. What do they need to get him going? Taylor at Davila, very much a two-way player and one of the finest playmakers in this league. It's intercepted by Zielinski.
I think there's two of them. He is one of them. I think Aiden Quinn's the other. Two wonderful players.
Now that ricochets off of Jones, falls for Williams. Just troubled enough by the aforementioned Davila to unsettle him.
Just to finish that point, they're two wonderful control players. You can see the stats of Aiden Quinn, second most assists in the entire history of the USL. Most minutes ever played. Ton of goals as well, and just an incredible player. And Taylor Davila. Number of people saying that maybe he should be playing at MLS level. That's how good his control of the ball is, and 9 assists puts him right up there amongst the most assists this season.
I can play to Serrano. This is Lambert. Kevin Lambert and Taylor Davila have been the preferred central midfield pairing for Danny Cruz now, starting together for the 12th time in the last 13 games. Ball won cleanly in the view of the referee, who was right on top of the action and smartly nudged back by Adams to Las. A few groans from the crowd. They wanted a foul. Whistled against Indy 11.
Just looking at this lineup, you mentioned players who've been playing regularly. I get the sense this is very close to Danny Cruz's ideal playoff lineup. Of course, he will bring in Philip Goodrum for Sam Gleadle. Ray Serrano is probably the only question mark. He tried Evan Davila last match. Ray started the season brilliantly, 6 goals and 4 assists, but just got off the boil a touch. Huge match for him today to say to the coach, hey, I should be picked for the playoff matches and the final remaining games leading into the playoffs.
It's the coach's dream, good players keeping good players out. Well, that's been given as a corner. A fifth, third to Wi-Fi corner kick for Lou City, their first of the match. In-swinger back post. Perez gathers up, sent back into the edge of the 6, and finally cleared by Lindley. Only as far as Serrano. McFadden taking a bump from behind. That'll stay Lou City ball, and it'll be Josh Jones for another long throw.
It's corners, it's throw-ins, it's just this pressure from set pieces that Lou City are able to put you under. They got a goal from a free kick against Las Vegas. They got one from a corner against Pittsburgh a couple of games ago.
Long throw by Jones, and Schaefer will watch it back into the arms of Pruder.
I'm just surprised with that there weren't more bodies at the near post. If you're going to have a long throw and it's going to land in the near post, don't you pile bodies in there? This ball goes over two heads and there's nobody else. Aidan McFadden maybe should have been in that near post area a little bit earlier.
They do have Hunter Solt back on the bench tonight, back from a concussion that kept him out initially. Luke Pruder was brought in to provide a bit of depth at the goalkeeper position, and shortly after arriving, Solt went down with a concussion. He's available once more, but Sean McCauley opting to keep things as they were in goal. And so that means a fourth consecutive start for Luke.
I guess it's hard for the coach to make a change when you've got 2 wins back to back. You tend to sort of think, well, whatever's happening, I'm not going to mess with it. Let's keep that team together. He has made one change, to be fair, Bruno Rendon. Other than that, especially in defense, he's decided to keep the defense that's helping him win matches at the moment.
Zielinski. Rendon. So Femu rolls it back for Schaefer. Collected by Gliedel. Serrano on the run. Lambert. Davila. Taylor Davila pulling the strings. Amadou Dia trying to stretch the Indy 11 defense on this near side. Dia against Zielinski, and Zielinski step for step with him. Another Wi-Fi corner for Lou City.
I'm going to say he does win the corner though, and they've done well. That's what the pressure they put you on. Amadou Dia's got that pace down that left-hand side. Yes, it's well blocked by Zielinski, but it's another corner. Big bodies going up. Josh Jones amongst them. Kyle Adams, Sean Tosh, Kevin Lambert's another one. You've got flick-ons at the near post, so Indy 11 face a bit of pressure right now.
We'll be all too aware of the dead ball threat this team poses. Is punched away by Pruder.
Good punch, good goalkeeping. Under that sort of pressure, you want your keeper to come, make a clean punch, knock it away. Now it's going to come straight back in from the throw-in. There you go, gets up, makes a nice connection on that, gives his defenders a bit of confidence that the goalkeeper can come and dominate his area.
Very evenly matched as we approach the 30-minute mark. Sean Toch hit the woodwork earlier. It's as close as Lou City have come to breaking the deadlock. It's flicked on. Just wide of the goal. Pruder might have been beaten. A deflection off target in the end. It'll be a goal kick.
You can see Coach Sean McCauley just asking some questions, because he knows that if you keep putting these sort of balls in and getting touches, eventually something's going to end up in the back of the net. It seemed to come off, yeah, Indy 11 players. Another corner.
Another Wi-Fi corner for Lou City, and it's a conveyor belt of corner kicks now from this flag. This time it's McFadden to take. Swinger is punched away once more by Pruder. Falls for Serrano. Trying to find a sliver of an opening. Murphy in his way. And it could open up here for Rendon in possession. It's 2v2. Bruno Rendon with help at the back post. Taylor Davila to the rescue.
There was a square ball on there. If he could have just got it across the box. Have a look to your, I don't know if you're going to see in the far side there was an Indy 11 player. I think it was Jack Blake who made a run. You can't see it in that picture. If you could just have got the ball across to him, it would have been a tap in. It's still a nice counter attack, something that Danny Cruz had to be. Now you can see, look on the left hand side there, square ball, and he was all on his own.
It's a kind of matchup that Indy 11 will take all game long. McFadden and Davila were the only two defenders back to protect Las. They're just not able to find that back post run. Delivered by Quinn. Still alive for Blake, trying to redirect, and it's over the bar. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Just go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings.
Look at the fans there having a great time at Lynn Family Stadium. Love it. I love the fact we were saying earlier on that these two groups of fans have taken their rivalry up to another level. Some of the fun stuff they've written about, all tongue-in-cheek, of course. This goes back, what, to the Civil War?
Yeah, fan fiction meets statistical analysis between these two sides. Mythology of Lipa FC. There's talk of, during the Civil War, Indy 11 arriving late for a contest in which the players were still in their military uniform. Some of the traveling Indy fans.
Love the mythology. Love the fact Indy fans have made the effort to get across and support their team. And of course, here at Lou City, you always get wonderful support for the boys in purple, who tonight are the boys in pink.
You know, they say the original Lipa FC barrel trophy was made of pieces of the original Trojan horse. Here's Zielinski into the heart of the area. Blake arriving, bobbles up, appeals for a handball. And referee Servando Berna saw nothing in it.
Such a dangerous player. 10 goals this season and 4 assists for the 31-year-old Englishman. And once again, ball getting whipped in from out wide for Indy 11. It didn't quite fall for Jack Blake. But this has been an even game. And you would think Lou City at home, given the fact they've only lost once all season and Indy have lost 12 times in comparison.
Well, look out. Damian Las is slow to get up.
He's shaking his head, which is never a good sign.
Danny Fagundes is the backup goalkeeper. In fact, Fagundes was the starter when these two sides met back on August 30th. 3-1 Lou City win. Let's take a look at what happened here to Las. There's no contact there. He's already feeling a little bit of discomfort. Feeling that left leg.
Yeah, not good. But as you said, they have played without him and been very successful. So it's not a player that they can't replace. Danny Fagundes at 90 minutes against Rhode Island in that 1-0 victory. And as you mentioned, against Indy as well. Also played against New Mexico in a 0-0 draw. So he's kept it very tight in defense when he has played those 3 matches, 2 clean sheets in 3 appearances.
And those were the 3 games before these last 3 for Lou City. In fact, the goal 2 minutes in against Indy 11 was the only one he conceded in that 3-game stretch. For now, we'll see if Las can continue to stay on. It's so important to keep players healthy in this final stretch of the season. 4 games, including this one, left to go before the playoffs. And for Lou City in particular, they won the Players' Shield last season and bounced from the playoffs.
First round, I think it was Rhode Island at home. And it can happen, and Danny Cruz has mentioned that a number of times about how he wants to keep the energy of this side up. He wants their application to be good, which again, to be fair, he says it has been. And the Detroit game last week was a massive battle, and they came through that and won it. So that's what his main focus is on, keeping this Lou City side at peak performance heading into the playoffs.
Amadou Dievi, early ball forward intended for Serrano, who runs out of real estate. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the Academy to the big leagues, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. Davila knocking it down. Here's Adrian Perez, edge of the area. Slipped as he fired the shot. Davila. Lambert delivers. It's smothered by Kruger at the near post.
Good hands by the goalkeeper. Had a couple of things to do, some good punches from crosses. A fantastic handling from balls whipped in with bodies around him. So 24-year-old is impressed in his 3 games and continues to impress for Indy 11.
He was the very last pick of the 2024 MLS draft taken by Columbus. Number 87 overall. Product of the LA Galaxy Academy. Getting an opportunity in the absence of Hunter Soto, who again is back for this game after clearing concussion protocol. Here's Musa. Quinn over the top for Musa to run onto. And trickle all the way out for a goal kick. Neither goalkeeper has had a save to make yet. Mentioned Tosh did hit the woodwork early on. 3 shots from Lou City have all been off target. 6 shots from Indy 11. I've yet to really ask a serious question of Damien Lass. 10 minutes remain of first half normal time. Strong header by Schaefer. Flipped on by Serrano. Perez. Made it Serrano. Davila from a long way out thought about the shot. Still Davila. Played through nicely for Lambert. Dia arriving at the back post as Lambert skips past the challenge. Dia! There's the breakthrough with 10 to play in the opening half. Lou City break the deadlock. Amadou Dia with his 3rd goal of the season. It's Lou City in front.
That's a beautifully constructed goal by Lou City. Started by Taylor Davila there, just holding the ball, waiting, trying to get Kevin Lambert through, and he gets his head up and finds Amadou Dia. But here's Taylor Davila waiting, sees Kevin Lambert go, gives him a really good ball. He then beats his man Musa on the outside, head up, squares it, and Amadou Dia's just got in front of Joe Zielinski there, cutting in from out wide on the left, and it's a simple tap in the end, but great work from Kevin Lambert, head up, puts it on a platter. Amadou Dia says thank you very much, and they've got their breakthrough. It's been even, but slowly Lou City have started to dominate this match, and now they've got themselves the lead.
Well, there is that partnership once more. The central midfield duo of Taylor Davila and Kevin Lambert unlocking this Indy 11 defense. First shot on target for either side, and it finds the back of the net for the hosts.
It's a real tough break there for Sean McCauley. Did so well last season to get his team for the first time in many, many years into the top 4 in a home playoff position, and he's hoping to maybe not get a home playoff, but certainly get into the playoffs again this year. And they're sitting right on that borderline, and if they lose here tonight and Rhode Island win, they're out of the playoff position for the moment. So crucial turn in this match, and Indy will be desperate to get back even in the next few minutes before halftime.
It was only some 12 months ago that Indy 11 were top 4 in the East and US Open Cup semi-finalists.
It's been a tough season for Sean McCauley after a great effort last season. There he is, just shaking his head, thinking after 2 wins, how do we dominate this match? Not dominate, but how are we in this match doing so well, and then suddenly we're 1-0 down? He's got to find a way to get his team back on level terms.
4th place finish was a club record for Indy 11 last season. Meanwhile, for Dia, his first goal since back in mid-June, that 4-2 win over Birmingham Legion. Good ball to find Rendon. Quinn working out wide, tried to find Blake. Murphy, Quinn. Now working on the left side, looking to switch play to Zielinski, who's isolated near side against Dia, the goal scorer. Just beyond his reach. Danny Cruz, the reigning USL Championship Coach of the Year after leading Lou City to the Players' Shield last season, and recognized before kickoff for becoming the youngest coach in the history of the USL Championship to reach 100 wins.
He's had an amazing time there. Yes, he's got good players around him. We understand that it's a great setup, Blue City. But he has also made them successful. He's kept that vibe going. He puts them under pressure. He rotates. He makes sure that they really perform to the best of their ability. Just 35 years of age. Look what he's achieved already.
Knows the club inside and out as well. He's played or been in a number of roles, going back to his time as an assistant under John Hackworth, previously technical director. Serrano over the top looking for Glido.
We gotta get inside. We gotta work. We gotta do the work.
If you can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights, plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and plenty more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. A yellow card out of the pocket of Servando Berna, and it's shown to Ray Serrano, his first yellow card of the season. Oh, check that, it's for someone on the touchline. So the yellow card to Danny Cruz. Here's Jones. Fine turn by Ray Serrano. Toledo with his back to goal. It's a lovely touch by Ofemu. Finding Blake in the middle. Forced to rush his pass. He was closed down quickly by Davila. And back the other way comes Blue City with Lambert in possession. Serrano. Long switch of play by Tosh. Doesn't reach his intended target. It was Adrian Perez, the furthest player forward for Blue City.
I'm just wondering what Danny Cruz was upset about as the fans keep on supporting the boys in purple. I mean, they are clear top of the league. They're winning this match. I don't see there's anything for him to be upset about in terms of the overall situation. Maybe there was something specific in the match that upset him and felt he had to have a few words with the fourth official.
To give you an idea of just how good Blue City have been, especially on home soil this season. Here's Blake. Now Williams as Blake goes to ground. Long switch for Quinn is clipped into the heart of the area. Here's Adams to deal with the threat. Once more Aiden Quinn. Crossed in toward the spot, headed away by Jones. Quinn again. Rinse and repeat, this time to the 6! And just skips underneath Zielinski.
Wow, I thought that was a chance there for Joe Zielinski for a moment there. Could he have lunged at that ball, thrown his body at it? It was a really good cross, whipped into the box. Aiden Quinn, as he does so well, could he have done more? He was just a little bit late arriving, Joe Zielinski.
He's right that it did take a touch off of Dia, and it has been spotted. It will be a corner kick for Indy 11. So here now, Aiden Quinn, one of only 5 players to play for both sides. Spent a couple of seasons here at Blue City back in 2015, 2016. It's a poor delivery from the veteran.
It is, got to do better than that. Aiden Quinn, such a wonderful left foot that he has.
At that earlier point, Gary, only one Eastern Conference side has taken anything from this stadium this season. It was Pittsburgh in a 0-0 draw back on May 10th. Throw by Zielinski is dealt with by Adams. The only other sides to come away with a point were both in the Western Conference. Tulsa, who are top of the West, 1-1 back in July, and New Mexico, a 0-0 draw in late August. Good delivery to the near post, and Jones was there to answer the call.
So Aiden Quinn crossing from that left again. He's got such a fantastic left foot. Just missed him a couple of games ago. His wife gave birth to a second child, so congrats to them both. He's given the weekend off, but they need him back because his delivery is just absolutely top class.
Long throw by Musa, again into the 6. It's punched out of the air by Las, confidently. Fighting. Just able to get it away, and it'll be another throw for Indy 11. Once again, Musa. The final few seconds tick away from first half normal time. Indy 11 still waiting for their first shot on target. Just a little short this time. It's flicked on by Ofemu.
Launch another one into the box. See what happens.
Stoppage time is presented by Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Referees have added a minimum 2 minutes. Lindley. Musa. Here's Dia, the goal scorer. Goes down under pressure. It's nearly turned over to Blake. Heroics by Josh Jones to get it away. Now Gleedle. Sent back through Quinn. Sense of urgency here in stoppage time from Indy 11 as they try and battle their way back to level jersey before the break. Kyle Adams. Sean Tosh. Lambert wants it. McFadden into space for Perez. So back in Schaefer. With the scramble to avoid the corner kick. And it will be a throw for Lou City.
They still do well though, Lou City, to get behind that Indy defense. Adrian Perez there cuts it back and there's no one there at the near post for him, but it creates pressure, and from that pressure now comes this throw in, which Josh Jones is going to launch, you would think, right into that 6-yard box.
Especially on that far side. It's where the goal came from. To that combination between Davila and Lambert. Throw once more by Jones. Knocked down by Dia. It's a tangle of the legs at the edge of the 18. There was no foul in it in the view of the referee. Just gets away from Zielinski under pressure from Lambert. And that will do for the first 45 minutes. A fairly even contest, but it's Lou City who break through courtesy of Amadou Diaz, third goal of the season in the 36th minute to make it Louis City 1, Indy 11-0.
And that's the difference just in front of goals. Indy have had their control, they've had the ball in the box, they've created problems, they've pressurized Lou City, but they haven't tested Damien Lass, whereas on the other side, Sean Tosh has hit the crossbar. Amadou Dia rather has hit the back of the net. And that's the difference between the two teams, the effectiveness in front of goal.
More shots and more possession for Indy 11. It doesn't amount to much at the midway point as Lou City in control of the scoreboard. 1-0, courtesy of Amadou Diaz opener. We're back with the best of the opening half right after this. Stay with us.
You ready to lose?
Oh, you wish. Let's go.
It's time to power up your old checking account. That's why Commonwealth Credit Union created Power Checking. This incredible all-in-one account powers your spending and with built-in high-yield savings, grows your balance at the same time. No minimums, no limits, just unparalleled benefits.
Best 2 out of 3.
Let's go.
Get to the next level with Power Checking, only from Commonwealth Credit Union. Here, we see you differently.
Weather always changes. I mean, it does. Weather changes every single second. Watching the weather every single day of my life. That's what it is. This is not your typical clock in, clock out job, but we have a
really skilled, and I really mean skilled group on WDRB weather. So we've tried to really build ourselves around accuracy and trustworthiness. We look out, sometimes a couple weeks, and then in the 3 to 4 day range, we start to really know that there could be deep impacts within our area.
You're looking at weather patterns all across the world because eventually it has to come through Kentuckiana.
Within about 24 hours, now we're really at that point of telling you what time those storms are going to be hitting your area, what time you should plan. Are your kids getting out of school in this timeline? So we really try to make sure that you can prepare your lifestyle for whatever storms are coming.
This time of year, it's all or nothing. And your Toyota dealer has all you need to pull you through the rain, snow, and mud that's headed our way, including more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else. Like the adventurous Toyota RAV4. It's been America's best-selling SUV for the past 8 years. Now with 4.75 APR financing. Or lease a new 25 RAV4 from just $309 a month. Get all you need at your Toyota dealer now. Toyota, let's go places.
The USL Championship continues to grow both figuratively and literally. This Lynn Family Stadium has in many ways set the bar for what a soccer stadium looks and sounds like at this level, but there is plenty more on the way from around the league for both current and future clubs breaking ground.
In the USL, shovels in the ground mean as much as scoring goals. And Sacramento Republic is on its way to transforming the city's rail yard district into a soccer palace. The same is happening in the Motor City, with Detroit City's new home clearing way for stadium construction. Miami FC has unveiled its future home in South Florida, while the Pittsburgh Riverhounds prepare for their stadium expansion, preserving one of the best views in all of sports. The growth is felt as well in League One, with expansion on the way for 2026. The scene changes daily at the site of Fort Wayne's new home, from clearing the area in early June to the sweet sight of concrete and steel in mid-September. All watched closely by Fort Wayne's Director of Communication, Justin Cohn.
Thousands of people literally drive past this thing every day. So how cool is it for everyone to get a chance to see this thing every single day get closer?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's ideally located for people going to and from work, or they're driving down to Indianapolis, and you're seeing it in really at a rapid pace come up. So you're really seeing a lot of the facade of what will be the stands start to come up.
I look at the renderings. First thing I notice is this gigantic video board. So give me some of the neat things about that, because this might be the best thing in League One for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the scoreboard is something I'm really excited about. It'll be the second longest scoreboard in the entire state. So that means it eclipses an NFL stadium. You're going to have a lot of options at Fort Wayne FC Park in terms of watching the matches. There's a lot of possibilities that you can do with the scoreboard.
Fellow League One expansion club Boise is seeing its vision take shape as construction at the park at Expo, Idaho is full speed. And longtime League One club Greenville Triumph has kicked off construction at Bridgeway Station.
This week on USL All Access, we get ready for the Jägermeister Cup final by talking to both Hartford and Sacramento about some of the greatest runs in the league right now.
President and General Manager Todd Donovan from Sacramento Republic talks their sustainability while rebuilding the roster with first-year head coach Neil Collins. How about Hartford Athletic? Beautiful run to the final, and how Anthony Siaha, his best statistical year for his career, helped get him there.
Tuesday nights, SiriusXM FC, and the next day on the USL YouTube page.
Wait, come back! Wait, come back, I need more help. Take a loan off take a loan for free.
Today we went to the beach, and it was totally worth it. Get double points this fall at Best Western.
Hartford Athletic gets to the Jägermeister Cup final. Sacramento sweep the penalties. Sac Republic make another indomitable
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water unique? It's our commitment to making our bottles from at least 50% recycled plastic. In fact, Crystal Geyser is the only beverage company in the U.S. to exclusively own and operate 2 plastic recycling facilities. And you can help us make an impact too by always remembering to recycle your bottles. Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Simple, but not easy.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
Get double points this fall at Best Western.
This time of year, it's all or nothing. And your Toyota dealer has all you need to pull you through the rain, snow, and mud that's headed our way, including more all-wheel drive choices, like the family favorite Toyota Highlander, or the bigger, more powerful Grand Highlander. Both are built right here in the USA. Now, get a new 25 Highlander or Grand Highlander with 4.75 APR financing. Get all you need at your Toyota dealer now. Toyota, let's go places.
Well, a big thanks to the fans as the USL Championship celebrates another season milestone this week, eclipsing the 2 million mark in attendance. Once again, fans making the experience at these venues across the USL Championship, and few better than Lynn Family Stadium, where Lou City lead in the 11 a goal to nil, courtesy of Amadou Diaz opener. Well, news and notes from around the USL Championship coming down the final stretch. Louisville's Sean Toch recording his 296th league appearance last week, setting a new benchmark after breaking Bernardo Forbes' record. Also celebrating, Pittsburgh's Agustin Williams scoring the winning goal against Las Vegas in his 250th league appearance, and Phoenix announcing they've signed Arizona native JP Skeers to a multi-year contract extension with an option for 2028 as well. Here's a look at the upcoming schedule in the USL Championship. The defending champions Colorado Springs Switchbacks taking on San Antonio tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Tulsa, top of the Western Conference, face off against Lexington tonight at 8 as well. Orange County SC against the El Paso Locomotive. Phoenix Rising taking on New Mexico United. And Rhode Island facing off against Las Vegas Lights tomorrow, Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern. But a big one tonight with a trophy on the line. It's the Jägermeister Cup Final, Gary, tonight 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. out on the West Coast as Sac Republic take on Hartford Athletic for silverware.
Two of the most informed teams, you mentioned it earlier, they've both been playing some great football. Sacramento Republic delighted to be at home. They've been on the road for most of their matches. They've had to scrape through on penalty shootouts, but it promises to be an absolutely brilliant game. Two coaches who have turned their teams round and have got great success in Brendan Burke and Neil Collins. So make sure you don't miss it tonight. It's going to be, I would think, a brilliant final.
It's a funny game sometimes, isn't it? Sac Republic did not score in the quarters or semis. They find themselves in the final nonetheless. Halftime in Louisville, it's New City leading at a goal to nil over their Lipa FC rivals. 1-0 at halftime.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get up high quality like bread baked in store and down low prices everywhere you turn. Up high quality that's guaranteed fresh and down low prices on over 1,000 items. With quality and savings that keep adding up, hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
This time of year, it's all or nothing. And your Toyota dealers have all you need to pull you through the rain, snow, and mud that's headed our way. Now, during Toyota Truck Month, they've got more all-wheel drive choices, like the legendary 4Runner, the world-renowned Land Cruiser, the powerful Tundra, or this best-selling 25 Tacoma, which you can get with 2.99 APR financing, or lease a well-equipped 25 Tacoma for $269 a month. Get your Tacoma now during Toyota Truck Month. Toyota, let's go places.
This is my grandpa's belt. He wore this thing for 30 years.
That's a great belt.
This is my grandpa.
Huh.
You can't buy a belt like this in the big box store because most belts suck. They peel, they tear, they break. I wanted a belt like this one, so I made one. With full grain leather, solid brass hardware, and robust stitching. I can have a belt just like my grandfather's. The Handcrafted Belt by Clayton Crew.
The USL on CBS is presented by Best Western Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel partner of the United Soccer League. And welcome back to Lynn Family Stadium. We're halfway through. It's Lou City leading Indy 11 a goal to nil, courtesy of that opening goal by Amadou Dia. Let's take a look back at the best of the opening 45 minutes. We'll begin with Sean Toach, who scored 6 minutes in last week against Detroit. Nearly in half that time, he finds Pater here.
Does as the flick on here from Aidan McFadden. He's 3 yards out. Sean Tosh headed down, and instead he gets it up. He can't believe it. He realizes what a good chance that was, and that was basically it in terms of opportunities early on. Then you can see the breakaway. Rendon has got the ability, the power, but there was a player square on. If he could have passed it to him, it would have been a tap in. But he's got two players, got one chasing back, Aidan McFadden, a slide there as well. Just puts him off at the last moment. So some good last-ditch defending from Lou City.
It's Taylor Davila who keeps that one out. They would not keep this one out.
I love it, little touch here through for that man there, Lambert, who gets into the ball into Amadou Dia, who tucks it into the back of the net, but started by Taylor Davila. Again, great skills here from Kevin Lambert. In the end, it's quite a simple job for Amadou Dia, but give him credit for getting into the position in which to tap that into the back of the net. And they get their go-ahead goal in a match which, is, to be fair, has been fairly even.
Gary, it won't show up in the stat sheet here, but the player of Taylor Davila on both ends, that stop to prevent Indy 11 from going up a goal to nil. Then next chance they get, the pass before the assist to Lambert to unlock the defense. More shots, more possession from Indy 11. They trail at halftime.
It's a tough one for Indy 11 because they have had the opportunities, but in front of goal, Lou City have looked sharper. And as you mentioned, Taylor Davila with a couple of crucial plays in this match. But it could be a very important next 45 minutes. You can see Indy 11 getting together. We said at the start of this match, their need is greater. They're sitting on the edge of the playoff line. They're going to come out firing and fighting second half. Are Louisville City up to it? They've more or less won the Shield. They know that they're going to be in the playoffs. Have they got quite as much desire, need? I'm sure Danny Cruz has fired them up. It's whether they internally can keep that energy flowing in the second half to match Indy 11.
Well, second halves have been a defensive adventure for Indy 11 all season, particularly the final 15 minutes of games. They've gotten a reputation for making fast starts, scoring early goals. That's not been the case this time out, despite some early chances for Bruno Rendon. Can they find their way back away to Lou City as Lou City try and hold on to that unbeaten home record? 9 wins, 3 draws, and no visiting side has come away with all 3 points so far this season from Louisville. Second half underway. Louisville again in their pink night, pink kits, trying to maintain a perfect record when they wear the pink. 3 wins in 3 previous matches. Here's Aiden Quinn, now Musa. 4 across the back for Indy 11, Zelinski, Ofemu, Schaefer, and Musa in front of Luke Pruder, the goalkeeper. Murphy, Lindley, Quinn, and Blake, the 4 in the midfield. Blake providing support for Rendon and Romario Williams in attack.
And just to give you a sense of how even this match has been, for those who do like expected goals, it's 0.47 for the home side, 0.34 for Indy. So they both sort of struggled to create many opportunities. Lou City slightly the better.
Heading header by Lasu, looks to be suffering no ill effects of that earlier concern. Here's Williams, for Quinn on the near side. Long switch, and that's an important touch by Serrano to take it away from Lindley. Crossed in by Zielinski, back post, and it won't reach Quinn, who was tightly marked by McFadden.
Again, Indy 11 just asking questions, getting balls into dangerous areas. Damien Lass has that header out, and they just couldn't quite get the volley straight back in while he was off his line. Discussion amongst the fans as to how the second half might go, but I still see possibilities. Whenever Aidan Quinn's in that Indy 11 side, you always know that there's a possibility of a really good ball in, a searching cross, a good strike from outside the box, or set pieces. Something Danny Cruz said he fears most from Indy 11 is their ability. They've got a set piece goal in each of the last 2 games.
Here's Adrian Perez. Just hitting the brakes as he finds Serrano. Serrano looking to squeeze in the cross, back post. Lambert arriving, tried to take it on the volley. Still Lambert. And trouble just enough as that ball rolls out for a goal kick.
Serrano doing well. I mentioned what an important match this is for him to try and prove his worth. And Kevin Lambert, well, you can't get everything perfect. He certainly set up the goal brilliantly in the first half. That one didn't quite come off the way he would have hoped.
No changes in personnel from either manager. For New City, it's still Damien Lass in goal. The back three of Tosh, Jones, and Adams. McFadden, Lambert, Davila, and Dia. Along the midfield, Perez, Serrano, and Gliedel up top.
They do have options, though, don't they? Lose City, Philip Goodrum, you expect to see him on, but Brian Ownby, a wonderful Brian Ownby, Jake Morris.
Look out as Romario Williams gets away from his marker. A good ball into the middle is slapped away by Lass. He's been called into action twice in the early going second half. It's intended for Blake, intercepted by Serrano. Louisville turning defense into attack. Touched by Serrano to control. Here's Dia. Davila checks his shoulder before the ball arrives. Sean Toch. That's a clever ball into the middle. Perez creating just enough separation, trying to bend it in, and off the mark in the end.
I've seen him stick those in the top corner. He's a wonderful striker of a ball. You could see what he was trying to do there, trying to bend it into that top corner, and he wasn't that far away. Here's the chance at the other end, and to be fair, it's a good ball in, it's a good punch out, but India really having a go, as you would expect them to do. They need to score twice, and here's this effort from Adrian Perez, who's turning around, trying to bend it in that far corner. My only concern for India is as they push to try and get the 2 goals, at least 2 goals they will need to take away 3 points, do they leave themselves vulnerable to that counter-attack? And we know their defensive record is the worst in the East, so they do need to be defensively focused while they are trying to get these goals back. Easier said than done.
Gary, in our chat with Sean McCauley this week, one of the things he highlighted about New City was a strength of theirs, how good they are at controlling the game without the ball. So even as Indy 11 go in search of an equalizer, potentially a game-winning goal, they do stretch themselves out. Louisville City are a team that can suffer out of possession without the ball and still not really give you too many looks.
And also to guide you into certain areas of the pitch, and then suddenly there's a trigger to press you and close you down. I think there's a number of teams who have fallen behind against Lou City and decided to attack them and ended up losing by 3 or 4 goals. It's this difficult situation that Sean McCauley and the players are in, because they have to go for the win. They're in all sorts of danger of falling out of the playoff positions this weekend. So I know it is Lou City and I know it is Lynn Family Stadium, but they've certainly been equal to Lou City in most areas so far in this match. So why can't they go and get an equalizer and possibly an even winning goal?
Lou City's record when scoring first in the USL Championship this season, 16 wins, 3 draws, and 0 losses.
Okay, you've just killed all Indy 11 hopes with that stat.
Rendonu is slow to get up.
You have a look tonight, later on, Tampa Bay Rowdies host a struggling Monterey Bay. They could easily pick up 3 points there. Tomorrow, Rhode Island hosts a struggling Las Vegas. They could pick up 3 points there. And if they did, then not only would Indy be out of the playoffs, if assuming this result holds, but Tampa Bay would only be 2 points behind them. So it's a very precarious position this super talented Indy 11 squad find themselves in.
Also looking to get it away only as far as Lambert. McFadden. Tosh. Clever chip once more, and that time Lindley was alert to the danger. Murphy got it away. McFadden. What a touch by Davila, a difficult one to control. Settled expertly. Now Adams. Davila. Lambert. McFadden drives the cross in, back post, wonderful delivery. And still alive for Lou City. Finally, Blake gets it away.
It was a wonderful ball from Aidan McFadden because it was bending and dying as it got towards the 6-yard box.
Jones from a long way out is a long way off.
It's definitely a centre-back strike. Lots of power, but too much height. But that ball in from Aidan McFadden, just ask the question. Have a look at it. It bends and then sort of dies at the edge of the 6-yard box. And Sam Gleadle was trying to get on the end of it. Ray Serrano tries to fire it back into the goal. And then Josh Jones decides, hang on a sec, guys, let me show you how to do it. And just gets a little bit under the ball.
If only he could throw it in. Ofemu racing back. Down by Davila. This portion of tonight's match is presented by Toyota and the Kentuckiana Toyota dealers. Here's Lindley trying to split the double team. Showed too much of the ball to McFadden. And that'll remain New City ball. 12 games at this stadium for Lou City in the regular season. This campaign, they've only allowed 8 goals. As we take a look at the live table, Indy 11 holding on to that 8th and final playoff spot, just above Rhode Island, mentioned earlier.
Who play tomorrow. If they do beat Las Vegas, will go above Indy and push them out of a playoff position.
As things stand now.
As things stand, absolutely. Which is why I expect Indy to have a go, because whether you lose 1-0, 3-0, it's worth trying to get something out of this match, and they're good enough to do it. You can see them here. They've got numbers 4. They just have to be vigilant of the counter-attack.
Catapulted goal bound and touched over by Damian Loss. Playing it safe.
Here's a set piece for Indy 11. Again, coming back to what Danny Cruz says, be careful of them. They've scored in the last 2 matches from set pieces. Have Indy 11, both from free kicks. That ball just had too much on it, but in the end, it caused Damian Lass a few problems.
A touch for Blake. Only 22 touches so far for Jack Blake, the playmaker on this Indy 11 side. Quinn delivers near post. Schaefer flicked it on. Blake fires and scuffed his shot.
It's a good half chance for Jack Blake. It's dropped to him, 10 yards out, middle of the goal. Expect him to hit target with that. Have a look at it again. Comes, you think he's got time and no one on him. He just hooks that wide of the goal. Yeah, he knows it as his head goes down.
10 minutes gone in the second half. No change to the score. Lou City leaded on that goal by Amadou Dia back in the 36th. The second assist of the season for Kevin Lambert, the Jamaica international. Zielinski sends it away. He leads Indy 11 in touches. And early on in this game, Zielinski was able to find Rendon quite a few times on the near side, creating 1v1 opportunities against Las.
I do think that both Rendon and Romario Williams probably have got another, I'm guessing, 10 to 15 minutes to impress Coach Sean McCauley, because they have options on the bench. Elvis Samo Edward Chizza, both strikers, and he might want to get some fresh legs on at some stage in this second half to see if they can find a breakthrough.
That's quick feet from Adrian Perez. Still Perez looking for McFadden on the near side. Closed down. McFadden into the middle, and Perez denied. Could still be on for Lou City. Lambert in possession. Will leave it for Serrano. Headed away by Ofemu. Keeping it alive was Kyle Adams. And that'll roll out for a throw, but take a look at this.
Adrian Perez just causing all sorts of havoc in the middle of the field with his close control, plays it out wide and then waits for it to come back and hits it absolutely brilliantly. Unfortunately for him, strikes the defender on the way in, but what a good volley. And it's on target with that right foot of his, and hits the back of Brian Schaefer.
Cleaned up the back by Schaefer. As he finds fellow Loney Zielinski. Murphy. Wonderful by Davila to stop his progress. Using his body well there, Taylor Davila. Turning defense into attack. Davila on his right, skips past the challenge. Davila! Oh, what a finish! He does it all. On both sides of the ball. Taylor Davila dominating in the middle and doubling the lead for Lou City.
That is such a good finish by Taylor Davila. The run, head up, looking for options. Strikes it with his right foot, which is not his stronger foot, but still tucks it in the corner. Some controversy here. The ball just hitting the midriff there, but no foul. Now here he goes. He's got someone nipping at his heels. He drives into the box, finds that gap, decides to use his right foot and tucks it right in the corner. He's looking at options, avoids the tackle there, finds his position and his spot, and puts it past young Luke Pruder for that second goal. And absolute quality from Taylor Davila.
Player of the Year finalist this season ago, and playing up to that level once again. Goals, assists, interceptions, tackles, he does it all.
Absolute quality player, and as we've spoken about, probably one of the best in the USL at the moment in terms of his value to his team, who are now with a 2-goal lead have put Indy in a position where Indy are going to have to take some big risks and maybe bring some fresh bodies onto the pitch soon and just have a real go at Lou City. But good luck breaking this defense down at Lynn Family Stadium. But they have no choice now. They need to get points. Whether they lose 2-0, 3-0 or 4-0 makes no difference. They're going to have to throw bodies forward.
At the 4th goal of the season for player his teammates call Davi. McFadden. Nido giving chase. Indy 11 looking for a much needed response. They still do not have a shot on target in the 11. And Lambert wins it cleanly in the view of the referee. That's catapulted forward for Perez to chase. Kruger is there to put out the fire. So we tick toward the hour mark. Lou City 2, Indy 11-0. Going back by Schaefer. Here's Davila. Jones under pressure, solved it well, finds Tosh. Well, they are feeling themselves now, Lou City, playing with their hands in their pockets. Confidently moving the ball to move the opposition. And in the 11 find themselves chasing shadows and chasing the results. Lambert laying it off. It's beautiful work by Lou City, finally cut off by Ofemu. Now Blake. Coaches quick to win it back. Dia. Maybe rushing his pass that time. Zielinski scrambles to get there. Meanwhile, some action in the substitutes bench. Sean McCauley preparing to make some changes. 30 minutes left to try and change the scoreline. eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download it now. It's clipped wide by Davila for Amadou Dia. Coach. Serrano combining with Lambert. Murphy getting in the way of it, and he was last to touch it. Ray Serrano. Amadou Dia working here against Blake. Still Dia. Coach. Lambert working the wide areas once more, leaves it for McFadden.
Well, they're making Indy 11 chase to get this ball now. They're just controlling it as they do so well. They've got that 2-goal gap, so they can afford to keep knocking it around.
There was a foul inside of the box away from the ball. It was Adrian Perez, the guilty party. He brought down Zielinski, and Adrian Perez will go in the referee's book. First yellow card shown to a Louisville City player. And the third yellow card this season for Perez. So here are the changes for Indy 11 as Elvis Amo and Hayden White will be checking in. Hayden White replacing Zielinski. Amo in for Murphy. The substitution is brought to you by Kentucky Lottery, fueling imagination, funding education. Kentucky Lottery.
Interesting change. They brought Elvis Amo on a striker for a midfielder. So, and then Hayden White is more of a, I think he's more of a solid defender as opposed to a wingback. So maybe they're sort of tightening the defense while bringing on an extra striker because they know that they're losing someone in midfield in James Murphy. So again, taking risks that they have to take, understandably so. Let's see if it pays dividends.
White for Zielinski, a like-for-like changes. White will line up at right back. Looks as though Blake will probably drop a little deeper into the midfield with Quinn and Lindley. And now 3 forwards up top with Amo, Williams, and Rendon. Williams pouncing on the loose ball. It's a late whistle from the referee, Servando Berna, and a curious one. It's Williams to come away with possession. It'll be a free kick for Indy 11.
It is surprising. I guess they would prefer the free kick simply because they can get all the bodies forward as they're doing right now, all the big centre halves and plus 6-foot-plus players. And they know they're good in set pieces. This could be their chance to get back in the match.
Quinn lifts it toward the back post. It's knocked down. And Schaefer was attacking it at that back post. It'll lead to an Indy 11 corner.
Seems to come off Kyle Adams. Yeah, it did seem to. But again, it was a good ball deep into that box, asking questions of the Lou City defense. And once again, another set piece for Indy 11.
Flashbacks of Carlos Puyol with that big mane of Lou City captain Kyle Adams. In-swinger from Quinn, it's over the bar.
There's a chance from 4 or 5 yards out. Gets applause from the manager, Sean McCauley, for Elvis Amo's effort there.
Still without a shot on target in the 11.
See as the ball comes in, it's a lovely floated ball, and Elvis Amo at full stretches to get a header on it. Gets it over the crossbar.
A little disappointed we haven't yet seen a shot of the Lipa FC Barrel Trophy. Secret location likely for that coveted trophy.
Invaluable trophy. got extra protection.
Here come Indy 11 trying to half the deficit. It's a good ball into the heart of the area. Intended for Williams. Quinn squeezing the cross in, and that's plucked out of the air by Lass. Working on what would be his 9th clean sheet of the season. Indian Lass. McFadden to put the ball back in play. Perez. Lambert. Davila driving out to defense, giving a little bit of room to roam is Davila. We'd love to have that one back. It's a dangerous man to be backing off of.
Agreed, absolutely agreed. And that's how he got his goal. He was able to get to the edge of the box, and there was no defenders closing him down. He was able to pick a spot in the corner and tuck it away. And oh, here's trouble for Indy 11. Philip Goodrum getting ready.
12 goals on the season. He is Blue City's top goal scorer. 12 goals matches the season he had with FC Tulsa when he tied their single season scoring record despite limited playing time that campaign. He has been limited of late, had been nursing an ankle injury, and he's just been managing his minutes down this final stretch with the playoffs already clinched and the Players' Shield all but. But he will get a good run out here. Good run with just under 25 minutes still to play. So Philip Goodrum replaces Sam Gleedle in attack, and Brian Ownby, the veteran, takes over from Adrian Perez.
How do you feel if you're Indy 11 watching these two players come on? Brian Ownby, one of the best in Lou City history, and Philip Goodrum right up there chasing the Golden Boot this year. He's 5th at the moment, but he's, as you say, missed a couple of games, otherwise he'd be a lot closer.
He's tied 5th in goal, he's 3rd in goals per 90 minutes, and he's 2nd in non-penalty goals this season. He is a lethal finisher.
And yet makes no difference. Indy 11 have to push forward, have to get numbers up and get themselves back in this match. If they get one goal, there's every chance they can go on and get some more, but that first one is what's turning out to be the most difficult, to break down this well-organized Lou City defense.
Here's Aiden Quinn. Musa out wide, drives across in, back post, it's overhit. Rendon was waiting for it. Good effort by White to win it back. Delivered into the 18, knocked down by Williams. Quinn! Into the waiting arms of Damian Lass. That's better from Indy 11, and it leads to their first shot on target.
If there's any player you wanted to have a shot from a knockdown, it would be Aiden Quinn, and it comes onto his left foot, but he just sort of hits the top of his foot, so it's accurate but doesn't have the pace. Takes a little deflection on the way as well. Doesn't hit it as cleanly as he would have liked. That's much better there from Indy 11.
It did just skim off of Kevin Lambert. Amo fighting through it, fresh legs. Williams, neat touch to get away from McFadden. Plenty of firepower on the pitch for Indy 11 as they fight to get their way back into this. Williams, Rendon, Blake, Amo. 20 minutes remain. Well, we have spotted the Lipa FC Barrel Trophy. Easy to miss. It's that orange construction barrel, a little banged up, I-65 sign on top, and a little plastic trophy taped on as well.
I don't quite think the word priceless sums it up fully. But I just love the vibe between the fans. I think it's absolutely brilliant. And the mythology you were telling us about earlier, just, oh, it's magical.
Yeah, jokes aside, it is one of the best things in American soccer. Maybe jokes included.
Oh!
Look out, it's given away. Williams brought down by Loss outside of the 18. That could be a red card.
Yes,
and it will be.
It will
As
be.
the referee goes to his pocket, Damian Loss is sent off, and inside of the final 20 minutes, Indy 11 will have a numerical advantage to fight their way back.
But what Damian Loss did do was he stopped an almost certain goal, and in many senses you would think that Indy would rather have the goal than the extra player. He just took too long. He had a chance to play it, and then he took an extra touch. Now, this is an almost certain goal for Mario Williams. He gets brought down on the edge of the box. It won't be a penalty. It happened outside. Yes, it's denial of a goal-scoring opportunity. Last man in defense, and it's a very, very clear professional foul, so it gets the red card treatment. And Danny Fondes will come on, and someone will be sacrificed to allow the keeper to come on.
That red card presented by Bone Dry Roofing. So Loss's day is done, and still plenty of time left for Indy 11 to fight back. They do trail by a pair of goals. Danny Fagundes will be stepping in as he gets ready to don the gloves.
We were talking about Danny Fagundes and saying he's played recently, played 3 matches, had 2 clean sheets. I don't think they're worried about him. He is solid. He'll come in and perform. The question is, a man down now at a time when Indy 11 are desperate. Is this what Sean McCauley and his coaching staff were hoping for? A little turn of events, a little bit of luck going Indy 11's way.
Well, Philip Goodrum, who had just checked in off the bench in the 68th minute, will now exit the game as Fagundes comes on. And so, shorter than expected day for Goodrum.
I think that's an understatement. I don't know if he's ever played such a short game. And he gets a bit of a hug there from Danny Fondes, and I'm sure Danny Cruz will go across and say, look, sorry, mate, I had to bring you off.
Unofficially 5 minutes.
5 minutes. But Philip Goodrum will understand that it's important that they keep the midfielders, that keep everybody else there. The other option was to bring Brian Ownby off, but I think Brian can do a bit more of a defensive job than Goodrum can.
So 6 on the wall. Danny Fagundes called in off the bench. Blake stands over the ball, so too does Aiden Quinn. And just behind them, Romario Williams. Triple threat on a dead ball situation. It's Williams, and the wall does its job. Here's Quinn. Finds Williams once more. Clipped in toward the back post. A number of players rising to meet it. Fagundes slaps it away. No time to warm up. No trouble for Fagundes.
Just have a look at Danny Fondes here as the ball comes in. He makes a really, really good save at that far post. It's blocked, fantastic. Putting their head in the way. I think it was Josh Jones. And then when the ball comes back in, it's a far post. Well, the game's already gone on. Brian Ownby doing some defensive work.
Here's Ownby. So Danny Fondes coming in off the bench and called to answer the call right away. Knocked down by Amo. Blake lifted in, back post again. It's another chance that goes begging for Indy 11. Blake goes for goal this time. Fondes closing down at the near post there to collect.
Oh, Danny Fondes has come on, and within literally 3 minutes he's had to make a couple of important saves. No time for him to get his feet under the table.
Well, fans, it is time to vote on tonight's Lynn Family Vision Man of the Match. The poll will be open for the next 10 minutes. Vote now on the Lou City app.
That red card has obviously changed this match now. Lou City having to get bodies behind the ball and defend, and they have the 2-goal lead as well, which they're needing to defend. And now it's a case of Indy 11 just throwing everything they can at Lou City and not even to worry too much about the counter-attack.
Falda is there again to collect.
I'm sure Danny Cruz he'll be upset obviously at the red card, but if you're looking for a silver lining, he'll say, you know what, maybe this happens in the playoffs. Maybe we lose a player, we're down to 10, we're holding on to a lead. It's forcing the players to defend and be clever about how they do the defending. So I think he'll see that some learnings will come from this, much as he wouldn't have wanted it to happen. Now that it has, his team will have to learn how to defend a lead with just 10 players.
Toronto was dispossessed, now Blake the other way. Options to either side. White. Blake. Lifted in hard of the area, is knocked down, found this, slaps it away. Amo denied. Now Musa. They're curling in, Lambert getting in the way of it. And the whistle is blown against Indy 11. Wow, a foul against Amo.
That's another good save from Danny Fontes. He comes on, he's literally been on 5 minutes and he's had to make crucial saves. Good header from Elvis Amo. And he's at full stretch there, Danny, and he gets a good hand on that. Gets it away from danger. Elvis Amo just twisting and turning his head, and he must have thought that was buried in the far corner, but the goalkeeper had other thoughts.
So, Breneas checking in for Indy 11. Substitution brought to you by Kentucky Lottery, fueling imagination, funding education. Kentucky Lottery. Bruno Rendon, a plethora of chances early on, able to capitalize. It's a double switch as Brem Sumoro also checking into the contest. Ben Ofemu makes way. Sumo. Jones checks his shoulder. Fresh legs of Breneas. Gary, I'm sure that situation you found yourself in once or twice throughout your career, having to come in maybe in your younger days as a goalkeeper. I imagine maybe you're not expecting to play, you come into the heat of battle and a late one like this, and you're called to make a couple of saves right away. He's kept the clean sheet so far, Fontes.
He's done extremely well, because it's not easy to do that. You're not warmed up on the bench, you don't expect to come on. You might have a little warm up with the rest of the subs, but you're not, obviously not expecting to be subbed on like outfield players are, as that ball goes way over the top. You only generally come on as a keeper when your own keeper gets injured. So would have come on as a surprise, and he's made 3 really good saves since he's been on the pitch, Danny Fontes. But then again, he played recently. He knows what's expected. He played really well, 2 clean sheets out of his 3 recent appearances. So he knows he can do the job. It's just not easy to switch on. But the good side is you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to, stress about it, because you don't have time.
Here's Blake. Flipped into the heart of the area from White. And broken up by McFadden. As we enter the final 10 minutes of normal time.
Just wonder if this 10 minutes is going to be one of the most important 10 minutes of the season for Indy 11, because with the extra man, if they can at least get a point out of this or even go on to win it, it would be an incredible boost for them going into their final matches of the season, which are not easy matches at all. The way at Pittsburgh next, that's a tough one.
Musa flighted in back post. It was White. It's won by Blake in the area. Blake! What a save that is by Jones. Goal line clearance. And the appreciation from Danny Fontes.
Unbelievable, Lou City. They defend with everything they've got. I thought this was back of the net. Jack Blake's got it past the goalkeeper. And Josh Jones gets his head in the way. Look how pumped up he is. That is just brilliant defending from the boys in purple. Absolutely stunning. They're throwing everything at the Indy 11, and they still can't get the breakthrough.
We're going to see a double substitution now for Lou City with Mal McCabe and Brandon Days checking in. Taylor Davila and Ray Serrato will be replaced. Brandon Days, 16 years old, actually started when these two sides met a few weeks back. Played the first half, was taken off at halftime, and here he is now, the 16-year-old right back, Brandon Days. So varsity basketball player, his freshman and sophomore year of high school. Only barely old enough to drive, and out here playing professional soccer. Whipped in back post. And another foul whistled against Indy 11, free kick for New City. All about game management now for the hosts. A 2-0 lead, and it is 2-0 in big part thanks to this man, Josh Jones, with an important clearance to deny Jack Blake. Also the emotional boost that you deny Indy 11, who could have seen themselves with about 10 minutes left within a single goal with a numerical advantage. Jones comes up with a crucial moment of the match.
I don't know what else to say about Lou City's defending. It's absolutely phenomenal that man there, Danny Fondes, comes on and makes 3 crucial saves. Josh Jones is there. First half, they had to make important saves. You picked out one in the highlights of halftime. Taylor Davila. We spoke about Carl Adams' important tackles early on. You know, but for those, they could be level at 2-2 or even losing Lou City, but their defense has just been absolutely brilliant, and that's what they've managed to do all season, just conceding 19 goals while Indy have conceded 45. That's way more than double Lou City's.
For Lou City, this match, 2 shots on target, 2 goals. Wow. They've been playing with 10 men since the 72nd minute. Damian Lass was sent off.
If anyone's questioning whether Lou City, having already qualified for the playoffs and almost certain to win the Players' Shield, have toned things down or coasting into the playoffs, well, they've got their answer here tonight. Absolutely not. They're still giving 110%.
They have dominated this rivalry. As it stands, it would make it 6 straight without a loss against Indy 11. 5 of those would be victories. In fact, this 5-game win streak that they're currently on in the USL Championship started with that match back on August 30th in Indy at Carroll Stadium. Blake with a good ball in. Amo couldn't quite settle it, and once again, Josh Jones doing everything at the back. Corner kick. Cam Lindley over to take quickly.
They certainly deserve something, Indy 11. Now, you don't always get what you deserve, but the number of chances they've had, the number of good balls that have been knocked in, the set pieces, you just feel that something surely has to give at some stage.
Quinn delivers. Back post, Amo's there. He's a bit uncomfortable on his header, and it will be a goal kick for Foundes. Louisville ticket packages for the 2025 season are now live. Join the boys in purple all year long with season tickets starting at just $15 per game. Visit loucity.com to learn more.
I was just mentioning some of those games coming up for Indy 11, and especially if they don't get any points here. They're away at Pittsburgh next, which is a hard place to go to. Loudon at home, not easy. And then the final match is Orange County away, who are busy fighting for their lives in the West. So those 3 matches, if this isn't already a cup final, those 3 become cup finals for Indy 11 in their bid to make the playoff spot.
Only 3 wins away from home all season long, and they played 2 of the remaining 3 on the road.
And against Pittsburgh and Orange County as well.
There's only keeping it alive. Well, that's nearly given away. James Musa. Well, to win it back again.
For Lou City, games coming up. They've got Miami at home, bottom of the table in the East versus top. So you would expect that they should get a victory, but you never know what happens in that match. Then they also have Orange County away, same as Indy 11. In their final match, Hartford at home before they start the playoffs.
There is our man of the match, Amadou Diep, who scored the opening goal back in the 36th minute. His first goal since the middle of June, and it set the tone and the tempo for Lou City to potentially pick up all 3 points tonight. As voted by the fans, of course. Free kick Lou City, and with no real rush to get this one underway. A fifth third free kick. As you were alluding to, Gary, next week, a chance to celebrate that second consecutive Players' Shield on home turf against Miami. October 11th.
I think it's very likely to happen simply because Danny Cruz will not allow this team to take their foot off the pedal, as you've seen here today. And Miami have struggled. They've got talent, but they really have struggled this season and virtually out of the playoffs and sitting at the bottom of the table in the East.
Founders collecting. They've been in a class of their own, Lou City. Just in this game, but on the balance of the season, runaway leaders for a second straight Players' Shield. Phenomenal home form. Not a single loss at this stadium in the USL Championship, and just 3 draws. Working on what would be now their 10th victory.
I just hope for them it sort of flows into the playoffs, because I guess the European system is those teams at the top are the ones who get the applause, and I'd hate them to go through what they did last season. They dominate and then get knocked out in the first game of the playoffs, which happened against Rhode Island last year.
There's Williams, now Blake in traffic is dispossessed. McFadden. Bernays with the challenge. Still Bernays. Player who's looked quite comfortable adjusting to the speed of the game, the 16-year-old Brandon Days. Lou City Academy product.
Yeah, real talent for the future. If you can fit in with those players at Lou City at 16, then you've got something special. And Lou City have been renowned in the past for bringing forth talent that's gone on to play overseas. They had a couple of successes. No reason why they can't have another one here with Brandon Days.
Throw by Days. It's taken back by Sumoro. There's Lindley. Now White. Trying to take the scenic route, delivered into the 6 and gathered up by Foundes.
I have a hard time believing that Indy 11 are going to potentially be out of a playoff place by this time tomorrow after Rhode Island's match, because looking at them play, they look like a side that should be 4th or 5th in the East. The quality, the way they've played today, the pressure they've put Lou City defenders under and goalkeepers. Just wonder if they could have had this level at the start of the season, where they would be now.
Costly habit of giving away late goals. They give up more goals in the final 15 minutes than anyone else in the USL Championship. Elite points from winning or tying situations. Stoppage time is presented by the Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Referees have added 6 minutes, and that chance is sent wide by Romario Williams. He did take a deflection, or did it? A goal kick.
It was good work there by Bernays down that left-hand side and whipped that in, and Romario Williams couldn't wrap his foot around the ball. Maybe came in with a bit too much pace. But again, they just haven't been able to get that breakthrough. If they got one, you sense that they would really have the impetus to get the second. They just can't get that one. They've been blocked every which way they turn. Lou City fans are delighted by it, of course.
There's been so much fight in this Indy 11 side. They trailed against Birmingham a couple of weeks ago, battled back to take all 3 points at home, and against Tulsa, who are top of the Western Conference, they win 2-1 last week. They've improved in the second half, even before the red card in this contest, but just cannot find a way past this Lou City defense.
In the match before that, they lost 1-0 at Rhode Island. They had a better expected goals, and it was an unfortunate James Musa own goal that settled the match. So that was a bad one for them to lose against their rivals in that playoff position.
Hornby's done really well there. It's last touch by Schaefer. And put out for a Lou City corner kick. A Wi-Fi corner kick. 6 minutes is a minimum. Aiden McFadden standing over the ball. Played short with Lambert. Let's get it away to Musa. Time running out for Indy 11. Points at a premium down the final stretch. And this a rivalry game. It's not just the points. This is Musa. Throws one in toward the 18. He's looking for Amo. And smartly chested down for the goalkeeper found us.
You almost get the sense now for Indy 11, the energy levels have dropped. They've thrown everything they can at this Lou City defense, and nothing's got through. Time's running out, and I think they just feel, well, what else could we have done? Obviously, they'll keep going, but even if they got one now, they wouldn't have time to get a second, you would think.
Had a combined 12 shots in those 2 wins coming into this game. We're very efficient in front of goal today. Needed to be a little more clinical, especially at the beginning. Fired off 14 shots, 3 of those on target. This ball delivered into the heart of the box. Dealt with once again by the Lou City defense. So they've had more shots in this game against Lou City than they did in the 2 previous wins combined, and just could not find a way through.
We've got a higher expected goal, 1.67 versus Lou City's 0.82. But again, good goalkeeping. Daniel Fernandez, some really good saves, just when needed. And when you're up against 10 men, you should be able to find the gaps, and they have. They've found the gaps, just haven't been able to beat the goalkeeper.
Fernandez coming a long way away to have his shoes tied by Josh Jones.
Josh Jones is blocked, by the way, from that Jack Blake.
Huge.
Oh, absolutely fantastic.
No, I mean, he's huge, 6'4".
Oh, he's huge as well, yeah. The moment was huge, and he is huge.
It's intended for OB in a battle with Schaefer. And it's blown Indy's way.
I think the only person disappointed in the whole Lou City setup is probably Philip Goodrum coming on and then having to go straight off for the red card.
Little 5-minute cameo. He's been stuck on 12 goals. This is Williams. White delivers, back post. Quinn knocking it down. McFadden was there to deal with the threat. This is Aiden Quinn. Crossed in, back post into a crowd. White trying to settle through traffic. And Niall McCabe is there. Sent away by the veteran Irishman. Ownby. That's magic from Ownby. Played into space now for McFadden against the world. Looking to put an exclamation mark. And finally Musa takes it away.
Just 5 players around McFadden. Didn't have much shot, and still he puts the goalkeeper under pressure.
Look at McFadden, he is fired up. Taking on the entirety of the Indy 11 defense. Look at the work here by Ownby.
Excellent, just trying to control that, and then he knows he's going to get support from midfield, and he sees it coming from McFadden, puts the ball right into his path. McFadden's trying to outrun them, but can't. But he doesn't give up. When he loses the ball, he then puts the pressure on the goalkeeper and forces this throw-in for Lou City, and they can try and just work the clock down.
Get the effort by Ownby, 2-0 up. Final seconds of the match. throwing his body in the way.
I think it's an example for everyone what Danny Cruz has managed to get from his team in terms of commitment is a standard that every team in the USL should try and match.
Aiden Quinn, Days getting in the way of it. This is Blake. Lambert was there first, and there's the final whistle as Lou City's march toward a second straight Players' Shield continues. So too does their win streak, now 6 in a row in the USL Championship, and they continue their dominance in the Lipa FC rivalry. Louisville City 2, Indy 11-0. Tonight's game resulted in a Kroger clean sheet, 0 goals, 0 hunger, 0 waste. A combination of Damian Las and Danny Foundes keep the clean sheet.
He got a couple of hugs there to Danny coming off from the rest of the players. They know that he made 2 or 3 really crucial saves. Josh Jones, Kyle Adams, Taylor Davila, all part of that defensive effort. All the players hugging each other. They know how well they did, because I thought it was a decent effort from Indy 11. They put them under pressure. They put balls in the box. They asked questions of the defense. And Lou City had answers every single time. Heartbreaking for Indy because they played really well. Now they have to focus on their remaining 3 matches. They have to leave the invaluable, priceless trophy behind and now focus on just getting the points to stay in a playoff position.
Lou City remain unbeaten on home soil this season. There's the trophy. The Lipa FC Barrel Trophy goes to Lou City once again. 2-0 the final.
This time of year, it's all or nothing. And your Toyota dealers have all you need to pull you through the rain, snow, and mud that's headed our way. Now, during Toyota Truck Month, they've got more all-wheel drive choices, like the legendary 4Runner, the world-renowned Land Cruiser, the trail-dominating Tacoma, or this powerful new 25 Tundra with $3,000 customer cash or 1.75 APR financing. Or lease this Tundra for just $409 a month. Now, during Toyota Truck Month. Toyota, let's go places.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get up high quality like bread baked in store and down low prices everywhere you turn. Up high quality that's guaranteed fresh and down low prices on over 1,000 items. With quality and savings that keep adding up, hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Another purple carabiner to be put on that gorgeous trophy, the Lipa FC Barrel Trophy, will stay with Louisville City once more as they win both meetings in the span of a month against Indy 11. And with that Lou City win, you can head to Penn Station to get a free sub with a purchase of another. The offer is valid the following day after a win. Head to any participating Louisville area Penn Station location to redeem and say Lou City won at checkout, or use the promo LouBogle25 online. Let's take a look back at the best of the 90 minutes in this Lipa FC as Lou City come away 2-0 winners over Indy 11. A chance to break the deadlock here is Davila combining with Lambert and Dia arriving on the spot.
Davila's ball in behind is fantastic. Lambert's feet just to get around Musa, brilliant head up. Sees Amadou Diaz lost his marker, Zielinski, and it's a simple tap in the end, but he's done well to get ahead and get into that space, and he celebrates the fact that they got a breakthrough, having taken quite a bit of pressure from Indy 11. And then here, Taylor Davila, brilliant there, wins the ball, avoids the tackle, finds a gap, no one closes him down, and he just tucks it with his right foot in the corner. Absolutely brilliant play from the star of the show for Lou City.
So in the 58th minute, they double the lead. Taylor Davila, again a finalist for Player of the Year a season ago. Right back into the conversation this season as he's leading Lou City toward this Players' Shield. They celebrate 3 points tonight. They may just be celebrating a second straight Players' Shield a week from now. There was some trouble here at the back, though, as Damian Las makes a mistake, tries to put out the fire, brings down Williams. That earns him a red card, and so Danny Foundes would come in to replace him.
but he did stop an almost certain goal, and in the end, that actually was almost more important. It's better to not concede the goal, but play with 8 men. But when Fondes comes on, he makes a couple of really good saves, and then on top of that, he's got Josh Jones to thank for heading this one away from Jack Blake. Jack Blake must have thought he had scored here, and Josh Jones, 6'4", gets his big head around that one and heads it clear. So between goalkeeper and centre backs and Carl Adams, and there you go, all pumped up. They were fantastic defensively.
And that there is tonight's move of the game presented by Toyota. Josh Jones with that goal line clearance at a crucial moment. Here's a look at the stats for the full 90 minutes. More shots, more possession for Indy 11. It did not matter as Lou City keep another clean sheet. This time the combination of Damian Las and Danny Foundes. And they pick up their 20th victory of the season, the 10th on home soil. A couple of yellow cards to Aiden Perez and Danny Cruz. The final score, one final time, Lou City 2, Indy 11-0. They are dancing their way toward more silverware. Already clinched a playoff spot, a chance to lift another trophy a week from today. For Indy 11, 2 of the next 3 on the road. A tough road ahead for last season's 4th place finishers. They fall in Kentucky tonight. For Gary Bailey, I'm Dre Cordero. Thanks as always for joining us for the USL Championship. Louisville City march toward another Players' Shield.
Rebroadcast or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.
Davila from a long way out thought about the shot. Still Davila. Put through nicely for Lambert. At the back post as Lambert skips past the challenge. Dia! There's the breakthrough with 10 to play in the opening half. Lou City break the deadlock. Davila from a long way out, thought about the shot. Still Davila. Went through nicely for Lambert. Dia arriving at the back post as Lambert skips past the challenge. Dia! There's the breakthrough with 10 to play in the opening half. Lou City break the deadlock. Amadou Dia with his third goal of the season. It's Lou City in front.
That's a beautifully constructed goal by Lou City. Started by Taylor Davila there, just holding the ball, waiting, trying to get Kevin Lambert through, and he gets his head up and finds Amadou Dia. But here's Taylor Davila, waiting, sees Kevin Lambert go.
Davila from a long way out, thought about the shot. Still Davila. Went through nicely for Lambert. Dia arriving at the back post as Lambert skips past the challenge. Dia! There's the breakthrough with 10 to play in the opening half. Lou City break the deadlock. Amadou Dia with his third goal of the season. It's Lou City in front.
That's a beautifully constructed goal by Lou City. Started by Taylor Davila there, just holding the ball, waiting, trying to get Kevin Lambert through, and he gets his head up and finds Amadou Dia. But here's Taylor Davila, waiting, sees Kevin Lambert go.
Davila from a long way out, thought about the shot. Still Davila. Went through nicely for Lambert. Dia arriving at the back post as Lambert skips past the challenge. Dia! There's the breakthrough with 10 to play in the opening half. Lou City break the deadlock. Amadou Dia with his third goal of the season. It's Lou City in front.
That's a beautifully constructed goal by Lou City. Started by Taylor Davila there, just holding the ball, waiting, trying to get Kevin Lambert through, and he gets his head up and finds Amadou Dia. But here's Taylor Davila, waiting, sees Kevin Lambert go.
Davila from a long way out, thought about the shot. Still Davila. Went through nicely for Lambert. Dia arriving at the back post as Lambert skips past the challenge. Dia! There's the breakthrough with 10 to play in the opening half. Lou City break the deadlock. Amadou Dia with his third goal of the season. It's Lou City in front.
That's a beautifully constructed goal by Lou City. Started by Taylor Davila there, just holding the ball, waiting, trying to get Kevin Lambert through, and he gets his head up and finds Amadou Dia. But here's Taylor Davila, waiting, sees Kevin Lambert go.
Wonderful by Davila to stop his progress. Using his body well there, Taylor Davila. Turning defense into attack. Davila on his right, skips past the challenge. Davila! Oh, what a finish! He does it all. On both sides of the ball, Taylor Davila dominating in the middle and doubling the lead for Lou City.
That is such a good finish by Taylor Davila. The run, head up, looking for options, strikes it with his right foot, which is not his stronger foot, but still tucks it in the corner. Some controversy here, the ball just hitting the midriff there, but no foul. Now here he goes. He's got someone nipping at his heels. He drives into the box, finds that gap.
Wonderful by Davila to stop his progress. Using his body well there, Taylor Davila. Turning defense into attack. Davila on his right, skips past the challenge. Davila! Oh, what a finish! He does it all. On both sides of the ball, Taylor Davila dominating in the middle and doubling the lead for Lou City.
That is such a good finish by Taylor Davila. The run, head up, looking for options, strikes it with his right foot, which is not his stronger foot, but still tucks it in the corner. Some controversy here, the ball just hitting the midriff there, but no foul. Now here he goes. He's got someone nipping at his heels. He drives into the box, finds that gap.
Wonderful by Davila to stop his progress. Using his body well there, Taylor Davila. Turning defense into attack. Davila on his right, skips past the challenge. Davila! Oh, what a finish! He does it all. On both sides of the ball, Taylor Davila dominating in the middle and doubling the lead for Lou City.
That is such a good finish by Taylor Davila. The run, head up, looking for options, strikes it with his right foot, which is not his stronger foot, but still tucks it in the corner. Some controversy here, the ball Just hitting the midriff there, but no foul. Now here he goes. He's got someone nipping at his heels. He drives into the box, finds that gap.
Wonderful by Davila to stop his progress. Using his body well there, Taylor Davila. Turning defense into attack. Davila on his right, skips past the challenge. Davila! Oh, what a finish! He does it all. On both sides of the ball, Taylor Davila dominating in the middle and doubling the lead for Lou City.
That is such a good finish by Taylor Davila. The run, head up, looking for options. Strikes it with his right foot, which is not his stronger foot, but still tucks it in the corner. Some controversy here. The ball just hitting the midriff there, but no foul. Now here he goes. He's got someone nipping at his heels. He drives into the box, finds that gap. Oh!
Look out, it's given away. Williams brought down by Loss outside of the 18. That could be a red card.
Yes,
and it will be.
It will
As
be.
the referee goes to his pocket, Damian Loss is sent off, and inside of the final 20 minutes, Indy 11 will have a numerical advantage to fight their way back.
But what Damian Lust did do was he stopped an almost certain goal, and in many senses you would think that Indy would rather have the goal than the extra player. He just took too long. He had a chance to play it, and then he took an extra touch. Now, this is an almost certain goal for Mario Williams. He gets brought down on the edge of the box. It won't be a penalty. It happened outside. Yes, it's denial of a goal-scoring opportunity. Last man in defense, and it's a very, very clear professional foul, so it gets the red card treatment. And Danny Fondes will come on, and someone will be sacrificed to allow the keeper to come on.
That red card presented by Bone Dry Roofing. So Loss's day is done, and still plenty of time left for Indy 11.
Oh!
Look out, it's given away. Williams brought down by Loss outside of the 18. That could be a red card.
Yes,
and it will be.
It will
As
be.
the referee goes to his pocket, Damian Loss is sent off, and inside of the final 20 minutes, Indy 11 will have a numerical advantage to fight their way back.
But what Damian Lust did do was he stopped an almost certain goal, and in many senses you would think that Indy would rather have the goal than the extra player. He just took too long. He had a chance to play it, and then he took an extra touch. Now, this is an almost certain goal for Mario Williams. He gets brought down on the edge of the box. It won't be a penalty. It happened outside. Yes, it's denial of a goal-scoring opportunity. Last man in defense, and it's a very, very clear professional foul, so it gets the red card treatment. And Danny Fondes will come on, and someone will be sacrificed to allow the keeper to come on.
That red card presented by Bone Dry Roofing. So Loss's day is done, and still plenty of time left for Indy 11.
Oh!
Look out, it's given away. Williams brought down by Loss outside of the 18. That could be a red card.
Yes,
and it will be.
It will
As
be.
the referee goes to his pocket, Damian Loss is sent off, and inside of the final 20 minutes, Indy 11 will have a numerical advantage to fight their way back.
But what Damian Lust did do was he stopped an almost certain goal, and in many senses you would think that Indy would rather have the goal than the extra player. He just took too long. He had a chance to play it, and then he took an extra touch. Now, this is an almost certain goal for Mario Williams. He gets brought down on the edge of the box. It won't be a penalty. It happened outside. Yes, it's denial of a goal-scoring opportunity. Last man in defense, and it's a very, very clear professional foul, so it gets the red card treatment. And Danny Fondes will come on, and someone will be sacrificed to allow the keeper to come on.
That red card presented by Bone Dry Roofing. So Loss's day is done, and still plenty of time left for Indy 11.
Oh!
Look out, it's given away. Williams brought down by Loss outside of the 18. That could be a red card.
Yes,
and it will be.
It will
As
be.
the referee goes to his pocket, Damian Loss is sent off, and inside of the final 20 minutes, Indy 11 will have a numerical advantage to fight their way back.
But what Damian Lust did do was he stopped an almost certain goal, and in many senses you would think that Indy would rather have the goal than the extra player. He just took too long. He had a chance to play it, and then he took an extra touch. Now, this is an almost certain goal for Mario Williams. He gets brought down on the edge of the box. It won't be a penalty. It happened outside. Yes, it's denial of a goal-scoring opportunity. Last man in defense, and it's a very, very clear professional foul, so it gets the red card treatment. And Danny Fondes will come on, and someone will be sacrificed to allow the keeper to come on.
That red card presented by Bone Dry Roofing. So Las's day is done, and still plenty of time left for Indy 11 and the new Sirius XM app. And a yellow card out of the pocket of Servando Berna, and it's shown to Ray Serrano, his first yellow card of the season. And the new Sirius XM app. And a yellow card out of the pocket of Servando Berna, and it's shown to Ray Serrano, his first yellow card of the season. And the new Sirius XM app. And a yellow card out of the pocket of Servando Berna, and it's shown to Ray Serrano, his first yellow card of the season. And the new Sirius XM app. And a yellow card out of the pocket of Servando Berna, and it's shown to Ray Serrano, his first yellow card of the season.
They're just controlling it as they do so well. They've got that 2-goal gap, so they can afford to keep knocking it around.
There was a foul inside of the box away from the ball. It was Adrian Perez, the guilty party. He brought down Zielinski, and Adrian Perez will go in the referee's book. First yellow card.
They're just controlling it as they do so well. They've got that 2-goal gap, so they can afford to keep knocking it around.
There was a foul inside of the box away from the ball. It was Adrian Perez, the guilty party. He brought down Zielinski, and Adrian Perez will go in the referee's book. First yellow card.
They're just controlling it as they do so well. They've got that 2-goal gap, so they can afford to keep knocking it around.
There was a foul inside of the box away from the ball. It was Adrian Perez, the guilty party. He brought down Zielinski, and Adrian Perez will go in the referee's book. First yellow card.
They're just controlling it as they do so well. They've got that 2-goal gap, so they can afford to keep knocking it around.
There was a foul inside of the box away from the ball. It was Adrian Perez, the guilty party. He brought down Zielinski, and Adrian Perez will go in the referee's book. First yellow card. And it could open up here for Rendon in possession. It's 2v2. Bruno Rendon with help at the back post. Taylor Davila to the rescue.
There was a square ball on there. If he could have just got it across the box. Have a look to your, I don't know if you're going to see in the far side there was an Indy 11 player. I think it was Jack Blake who made a run. You can't see it in that picture. If he could just have got.
And it could open up here for Rendon in possession. It's 2v2. Bruno Rendon with help at the back post. Taylor Davila to the rescue.
There was a square ball on there. If he could have just got it across the box. Have a look to your, I don't know if you're going to see in the far side there was an Indy 11 player. I think it was Jack Blake who made a run. You can't see it in that picture. If he could just have got.
And it could open up here for Rendon in possession. It's 2v2. Bruno Rendon with help at the back post. Taylor Davila to the rescue.
There was a square ball on there. If he could have just got it across the box. Have a look to your, I don't know if you're going to see in the far side there was an Indy 11 player. I think it was Jack Blake who made a run. You can't see it in that picture. If he could just have got.
And it could open up here for Rendon in possession. It's 2v2. Bruno Rendon with help at the back post. Taylor Davila to the rescue.
There was a square ball on there. If he could have just got it across the box. Have a look to your, I don't know if you're going to see in the far side there was an Indy 11 player. I think it was Jack Blake who made a run. You can't see it in that picture. If he could just have got.
White. Blake. Lifted in hard of the area, is knocked down, found this, slaps it away. Amo denied. Now Musa. They're curling in, Lambert getting in the way of it. And the whistle is blown against Indy 11. Wow, a foul against Amo.
That's another good.
White. Blake. Lifted in hard of the area, is knocked down, found this, slaps it away. Amo denied. Now Musa. They're curling in, Lambert getting in the way of it. And the whistle is blown against Indy 11. Wow, a foul against Amo.
That's another good.
White. Blake. Lifted in hard of the area, is knocked down, found this, slaps it away. Ammo denied. Now Musa. They curl it in, Lambert getting in the way of it. And the whistle is blown against Indy 11. Wow, a foul against Amo.
That's another good.
White. Blake. Lifted in hard of the area, is knocked down, found this, slaps it away. Amo denied. Now Musa. They curl it in, Lambert getting in the way of it. And the whistle is blown against Indy 11. Wow, a foul against Amo.
That's another good. Pittsburgh next, that's a tough one.
Musa flighted in back post. It was White. It's won by Blake in the area. Blake! What a save that is by Jones. Goal line clearance. And the appreciation from Danny Foundas.
Unbelievable, Lou City. They did Pittsburgh next, that's a tough one.
Musa flighted in back post. It was White. It's won by Blake in the area. Blake! What a save that is by Jones. Goal line clearance. And the appreciation from Danny Foundas.
Unbelievable, Lou City. They did Pittsburgh next, that's a tough one.